Hello, been a while, hasn't it? You're probably wondering how I'm doing and why I've not actually filmed anything for a while. The answer is, not great, and I've been working on my other stuff. No, that's a lie. I've just been playing a lot of Armour 3. I love that game. And life stuff, lots of decorating and boring things really. Anyway, one of my last videos I was talking about the junk scrap PC I was building. This is the GTX555 I was talking about. I've looked into this and supposedly it's quite a bit better than what Squiggly Bob's got in his computer. So I've decided it's going to go in Squiggly Bob's computer. I don't think you can actually see it saying GTX555 on here anywhere. Probably because I don't think it even, well, it says NVIDIA down the bottom there, you can probably just about read that. Just there, yeah. The only way to get this graphics card, I might have mentioned before, would be to buy an Alienware PC and pull it out, because they didn't sell these separately as far as I'm aware, which is a bit weird, because apparently you can SLI them. This little thing up here means you can put a bridge on it and run two of these together, but the computer that it came out of was never set up to do that, so it's a very strange, odd graphics card. It's got 1 gig of DDR5 RAM on it and quite a powerful chip. So what I'm going to do today, I've briefly ran over this before. I'm going to take this out because this is like an extension plug so you can run it off things you shouldn't really. Don't worry about that. We're going to throw that out of the way on the bed. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little time-lapse video of me taking the cooler off and cleaning it, because you can see there's a bit of dust in there. I don't know how full this thing is or how long it was running in a computer before I got hold of it. So I'm going to hopefully pop the plastic case off and we're going to have a little look. So I might speed this up, might do a bit of B-roll with some epic music, and I'm not really sure, but I've got plenty of light in here. I've got this little screwdriver, got some more smaller screwdrivers somewhere, and we're just going to pop this open. These little tiny screws you've got to be very careful with as well. Hopefully they're all the same size as well, otherwise this could be awkward. But I'm going to go in a clockwise motion, taking these out. So when I put them back in, I'll go anti-clockwise, and hopefully I should remember where they'll go. I've loosened these up already before I started filming, just to make this a little bit quicker, because we might be here a while otherwise, but we shall see. I'm assuming it's just these ones, because I don't really want to take the metal cooler off here and reapply thermal paste. Though having said that, that might not be such a bad idea, because I do have some fresh thermal paste. Now, is this going to pop out, or am I going to have to manhandle it? Does it come out all in one chunk, or is it separate parts? I think it's going to have to all come off, so we might see something interesting here. You may well see me break a graphics card, because I'm a little bit of a heavy-handed plonker like that. Hopefully the cooler will come off relatively easily though, because as I said, it's an old card, so the paste in there should be old paste, which leads me to believe it should be quite dry. Oops, right, do I need these last two? Cool, yes. So it's just going to be pull all the things off, find out you've broken it, put it in the dustbin, and have a bit of a cry, and probably have Squiggly Bob moan at me because I broke something, and I've made not a very good video again. But you know, it's my channel, I can do what I want. I am Derpy. Oh, there it goes. Well, that made a nice pop, didn't it? And that is a lot of thermal paste. That's also a really big chip as well. That's like huge. Okay, these little sticky pads, they're broken, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Let's disconnect this. He says, trying not to smash things. That's totally going to come off there if I pull that too hard. Okay, how are we going to get this off then? It's already feeling like it's damaged. A little screwdriver in there and pop that round. Hopefully the thumb will still work, otherwise it's going to be interesting powering this thing. Little set of screwdrivers. Apparently all over the place. Now I've said before that building computers is easy. And it is. And I don't suggest any of you guys watching this start mucking around with these things if you're new to building computers, because I'm only doing this because I got this for nothing. It was a spare part out of, do you remember Roscoe B's PC we built? And I did some, well, we sort of half filmed it and did some silly videos with me and Ross building his computer. This came out of his old one, and we were thinking of using this in the surprise PC we built for Pards, but got it. There we go. Little screwdriver helped. But turned out somebody else had a better graphics card, so we used that. But this thing, let's move that over there for a while. Yeah, this thing supposedly is actually quite good compared to what Squiggly Bob's got at the moment. So we're going to have a bash at using this. Talking of Ross, he's just sent me a message asking me if I want to do some airsoft in some woods, which actually sounds quite fun. I could do it cheering up at the moment, so I think I'm going to say yes, and you might even get some video of that. That'd be interesting. You'll probably get to see me shot, and there'll be lots of beeps where I swear, because I don't like getting hurt. I don't think anybody does. And being shot by somebody, even with a BB, that's not going to kill you, I expect probably hurts quite a lot. I've been hit by paintballs in the past. They hurt, especially the next day. They don't half sting. That's a long screw. That's going to have to go somewhere else. Ah! I'll tell you what I really could do with, which would really, really help. Like some sort of mat to put this on. Hey, there we go. Right. That is actually surprisingly not clogged. Well, you can see there's a bit there, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Right, got this fan. I'm just going to get my little special brush and we'll comb some of that out. Okay, I'm sorted back with many things. Still a nasty thought though. I can't remember seeing my thermal paste, so I'm going to check the bits box. I've got some of this still. Oh, Cooler Master, thank you. Found it. Right, where did I put my brush? There is my brush. Right, this little brush here, little nylon brush, nothing special. Quite brushly. That's not even a word. I don't know how that's got bent. It's a little bit worrying that those fins are bent there. I don't know if they're supposed to be. I'm assuming that's supposed to fill most of that gap up, so I don't think they're meant to be bent. Sort of like, it's a bit weird. Take quite a bit of force to bend that though, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But yeah, literally just brush out this fluff, back straight into the thing where I don't want the fluff. You can see there's quite a bit in there. Still, it's quite fine, isn't it? Yeah. I'm quite pleased about that. I was expecting to find this really clogged. It happens quite often with these things. They clog up and then you think your graphics card's had it. Really, you know, it's just a case of maintaining them. You'll probably find out that, I don't know how much of that you can see, probably find out that mostly it's just it's getting a bit warm because it's full of fluff. Some people get fluff problems more than others. You know, you keep your computer on the carpet or whatever, you gather a lot of fluff off the carpet. It's just, carpet's like fluff. Fluff likes carpet. One of the two. You get the idea. Right. Tiny little screwdriver. I'm going to clear the fan out as well, since we're here, and then we're going to slap it all back together with some new thermal paste. It's pleasing to see that there's not a lot of fluff in here though. It looks like a lot of it's gathered around the fan blades. You can probably see some of that there. I don't know where you can see that actually. Is that in there? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing that there's not a lot of fluff in there. And brand new thermal paste after many years is always a good thing. I don't exactly know how old this graphics card is. I'll have to look it up. I did do a comparison on a website I found. Let's see if we can find it. Right. Well, I might as well give you some details while I'm flicking around here. This thing has got, let's see, apparently Better Pass, which is some sort of graphics card benching system, reckons this is 4 times, maybe even 5 times more powerful than what Squiggly Bob's got in his computer at the moment. Squiggly Bob has currently got a GT1070. No, hang on, that's not right, because that would be amazing. No, he's got a 710, sorry. And it's got 2 gig of RAM on it, but it's not the best thing in the world. It doesn't use a lot of power, which is nice, but it doesn't have a cooler, so it's quite a slow running card. Oh, there's a lot of dust in there, look at that. Yeah, it's quite a slow running card, but it doesn't use a lot of power, and it doesn't have a fan or anything. It's very small. I'm pretty sure I pointed that out when I fitted it. It's like the smallest graphics card I've ever seen. I mean, this isn't massive. This is probably about half the size of mine, but the one in Squiggly Bob's computer is probably about the same size as that, in all honesty. It's very small. Let's get rid of this. What else have we got? Let's see. Yeah, the clock speed on this is more than twice the speed of what's in Squiggly Bob's computer at the moment. This uses 150 watts, which still isn't a lot. And from the benchmarks and things that on this website I found, which if you're interested is gpuboss.com, you can compare graphics cards. It's generally like more than twice the speed. Some things it's coming up 4 times, other things it's coming up twice. The only things that Squiggly Bob's one beats this on is power usage, memory amount, and the clock speed of the RAM is slightly faster on Squiggly Bob's one, but everything else is a lot better on Squiggly Bob's computer. On this one. Oh no! Oh dear. I just lost all the little screws. No, there's all 4 of them. God. And then you throw something, and then it all disappears. Oh, Derpy! Yeah. Essentially, this is older kit, but better kit. Got more power, and even though it doesn't have quite as much graphics RAM on it, the stuff Squiggly Bob's plays shouldn't really need a lot of graphics RAM. He's got 8 gig of RAM in the computer. Hopefully, with what I've got sitting on my bed at the moment, I'll be able to give him, how's this work out? It's going to work out to 12 gig, although I'm not sure it's going to run with 12 gig. So, I don't know if I've explained this to people before. RAM works funny in computers. Usually you can have 1 stick, or you can have like 2 sticks, or 4. It doesn't like working with odd sticks. Some computers will run odd sticks, like you can have 3, and some won't, but they generally all have to be the same type if they run at all. Recently I've found if you slow the speeds down of what you're putting in, I sound absolutely retarded, but if you slow the speeds down of what you're putting in, so you've got everything running at the same speed, so like essentially you have to use the slowest speed of RAM you're putting in, you can pretty much run anything with anything on RAM. It doesn't run super fast, but it means you've got more RAM to play with. You've got like more bandwidth. So I'm hoping what I can do is slow what he's got down and add to it with what I've got on my bed at the moment. I've just been round to Simon's. If anybody got my Snapchat and follows my Snapchat, I went round to Simon's, who is my computer geek buddy, and he's getting rid of some old parts. He's given me a couple of hard drives, power supply. I think there's probably something else in there as well, I can't remember. But he's just getting rid of some old stuff, and he knows I like old stuff, and I build stupid things out of old stuff and do stuff like this and make a mess. And now I can't see the little screws. I'm sure they're there somewhere. We're just going to start putting this back together now. Hang on. Let's not blow the little screws away because I'm going to need them. Even though they're covered in dust now. Oh, I'm such an idiot sometimes. I'm just going to get a dirty lamp now. Look at the state of that. It might have been clean, but it wasn't that clean, was it? Right, that can live somewhere else for the moment. And I can drop something else. So, this sort of went that way, didn't it? So the advantage of filming this is I can watch this back if I forget where something goes and see where the bit I missed went. So when I get to putting this all back together and I've finished putting it all back together and I find I've got 7 little screws and something's making a funny noise when it spins, or you know, we put it in Squiggly Bob's computer and it doesn't start up, or it catches fire and burns his house down, we can watch this video back and go, ah, that's what I did wrong, that's why I killed Bob and his family. And then I'll go to jail. And I think we'll leave that story there because it doesn't sound very good, does it? I don't really want to kill anybody. Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact. Make love, not war. Oops. I was lucky. Now, unlike my larger screwdrivers, these ones are not magnetic, so this is extremely fiddly, but I'm working on it. If I can find a set of miniature magnetic screwdrivers, that would be fantastic. If anybody knows somewhere I can get miniature magnetic screwdrivers, that would be even better. I just picked these up out of a like a hobby craft at my local sort of store complex. It was like £5 set of mini screwdrivers. Comes in dead handy. Now, I'll get all the dust out of that now. It's a bit of a pain. I got the worst of it out. That should help the fan spin easier, because obviously it's going to weigh less without all that dust on it. Yeah, there's still quite a bit in there, but I've got the worst of it off. Lovely and shiny. I could put like a Derpy sticker on there or something. I should get those made. Right, okay, that sort of went... Was it that way or the other way around? I think it was the other way around. I think it went like that, didn't it? That looks right. Sort of feels right. Took screws out of there as well, didn't I? I wonder what they were for. Oh, that holds it to the motherboard, right. This long one went over here for some reason, didn't it? And then another 3 of the same size. Good. I understand I am now just rambling to myself, but sometimes it helps. You sort of repeat the process to yourself over in your head. Can help. I find it helps. I find a lot of the time me jabbering to myself makes a world of difference. And after all, that's all my videos are, is me talking to myself, because there's nobody else here. That'd be a little bit strange. I find it, well, I say I find it easy. I don't find it easy. When I first started making videos and doing this kind of thing, I found it really, really difficult to speak to a camera, to just talk about anything. And the more I do it, the more I feel comfortable with it. People find it kind of an odd thing, but it doesn't half help. It really doesn't half help. I mean, I've said it before, I suffer with kind of like anxieties and all sorts of things, like many people do. I'm not saying I'm anything special or I'm anything particularly unique because of that, but everybody gets these things. And I find this kind of stuff really helps me out. Just talking to the camera makes a big difference. Right, thermal paste, off you come. It's important to get as much of the old stuff off as you can. So, bit of cleaning fluid on there. I'm not going to tell you what I use, because yeah, generally you can just get away with using a bit of water, and people probably moan at me if they knew what I used, but you can find it in the kitchen, put it that way. It's it's nothing special. It cleans metal really well, and the idea being I don't really want to score this up too much, so we scrape the worst off and then go back to a little bit of a spray and clear that out. Let's put that on the junk pile with all the dust over there in the corner that you can't see off shot. That's got the worst of it off. Goop out the corners. Right, lovely. Let's set that to one side, and I'll go about clearing this off. Good one here. I'm not going to worry about these pads. They're not really, they don't do anything from what I can see. I know people say, oh, they're thermal pads. They're not really thermal pads at all, are they? They're just, well, they don't actually contact the RAM properly. There's no paste on them. They're just sticky pads, is literally what they are. I know somebody's going to moan at me and say, oh, you're wrong, Derpy, they're really important, you should have replaced those. But in all honesty, it's an old graphics card. RAM on graphics cards this old didn't get that hot. And it was free, so if I do blow it up, I don't mind. And I don't think I'm going to blow it up, because Squiggly Bob pretty much just plays Minecraft and like Football Manager games, so I very much doubt he's going to blow anything up. Okay, new thermal paste, here we go. This is a bit of a strange chip to put paste on, so I think we're just going to go with liberal application. I know people go, oh, you should use the DOB method and whatever, and this is the Derp method. This is just put a load of thermal paste on, hope you get everywhere, make a bit of a mess, and that is possibly the worst thermal paste application I've ever done in my life. I am kind of embarrassed about myself, especially since I've just filmed this. I also don't care. Right, let's try and make these two up. Oh yeah, I've got to plug that back in first, haven't I? Let's hope that that's not broken. Thankfully they've been quite sensible when they put this together and given quite a decent length cable on that to put that back in. So let's click back in nicely. Hopefully you saw that up in the corner there. Wiry thing, yeah. Right, this is the bit where I'm probably going to make a mess. Oh no, I think that's lined up nicely. Yes, that was surprisingly easy. Right, let's put some screws back in. Thankfully they're all the same size, but there are ones with different threads. And of course, where I've moved around, my whole process of let's put them in special places and then do them clockwise went completely out the door. I'm just going to have to guess. I'm sure it'll be fine. No, I can see which one's which. It's pretty obvious. I don't think the camera's going to focus on it. You see the sort of size screws I'm working with? I really don't think the camera's going to focus on that. It's absolutely tiny, so we can... Is it going to... No, it's not even... I can't even tap on the screen. I am, of course, recording this on my phone, which is why you very rarely see face cam, because I have to link them both together. Unlike these... I was gonna say rich people, rich YouTubers. No, unlike people who've got a proper webcam set up and LinkedIn and things. I am thinking of getting a webcam and doing some streaming on some of the other games that I play, because as I said, I've taken to playing a lot of Armour on Steam, and I'm sure if he's still listening out there somewhere, Dizzy Dino or Dizzy Studios, or I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, dude, what you're calling yourself now, but you do a lot of animation stuff and it's wicked. Yeah, Diz has been on at me for a while to get and play, come and join him in 7 Days to Die. I have also been badgered by several people at work now to get 7 Days to Die and play it with them. So the other day, after I update some of my games and delete some of my old stuff, when I put a new hard drive in my computer, I once again downloaded 7 Days to Die. So Dizzy, wherever you are, buddy, I will be coming and joining you soon on 7 Days to Die. You can teach me how not to be a noob on there, and I will probably not listen to you and get myself killed, because let's face it, that's what I do. So, if you're wondering what's happening here, that last screw that I didn't put all the way in, all of these screws have gone in but two. Two of them are different, and I've forgotten where they go, even though I'm pretty sure it's obvious. I've got a hole there, a hole there. There's also a hole there and a hole there, and there's nothing that goes in them. And these ones seem to need to go in here. And these are the different ones, and they don't go in the hole. So now I'm wondering whether I've put something else in the wrong place. Like this one maybe? Is that one supposed to go in there instead? Are we going to have one of these moments where I've just broken everything? Oh god, here we go. Chasing the screws. We'll go somewhere because it'd just be silly to make it go anywhere else. I want to go in there. Okay. Let's go in these ones. It does. It's just that one in the corner that's marked up. Okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. We've got this. If you're wondering what all these screws do, these outside ones just hold that big plastic thing onto the board itself. These ones, these 6 in the middle here, where I put one in the wrong place. These 6 in the middle here, they hold that silver thing which I was cleaning onto the board, which is the cooler itself. Not especially the most interesting video in the world, unfortunately, but useful nonetheless. Let's put this last screw in there. And it's all back together, and it's cleaned, and aside from all the stuff I've blown all over myself, so I'm going to have to go and clean myself, this is all the junk I pulled out. The graphics card, which is something, as I said before, I was going to show people, and you can see I'm a little bit mucky now, and a bit of dirt, a bit of dirty dirt, and yeah, that is a little simple job done, and a little simple video. So until next time, see you later everybody, bye bye.